Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I wish all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah Ta'ala. Today we'll talk about an interesting topic of science, that is change of matter. And this chapter belongs to your chapter 11 of science book, change in surrounding and various incidents. So now we will talk about the change of matter, that's a physical change and chemical change. So what is physical change? Physical change involves change in physical properties such as size, shape and density, or changes in phase without undergoing a change in the composition of the substance. So in physical change there is no chemical bonds are not formed or broken, and no new substance is created, and physical change is reversible. And there is also, we can say, phase change is known as physical change, like ice to water. If we think about water, we see water in liquid state and we see ice in solid state, but both are the same things, only their size and shape is changed. So in physical change there is no chemical bond or combination is formed, and we can reverse the changes. So what about the chemical change? In chemical change, matter undergoes change in its composition or structure. That means there will be definitely a new substance or breaking or making chemical bonds between atoms. And there would be we can understand a chemical change by the indicators or clue. What are the indicators? That is the changes in color, formation of a solid compound or precipitate, release of a gas bubble, or maybe there would be a change in temperature without heating or cooling, and maybe there would be explosion. Or we can see in chemical change that the change of color and bubbles or fizzes, then maybe there will be odor in a chemical change. So we have talked about physical properties. So which kind of physical properties we are looking for if we try to understand what is physical change or what is chemical change? These are luster, malleability, ability to be drawn into a thin wire, density, viscosity, solubility, mass and volume. So what is luster? Luster means the way a metal reacts to the light. Think about gold or copper or maybe silver or brass. What happens when we keep light in front of a metal? It reacts and it looks like a shiny object. And what about the malleability? That means deformation of metal under stress. We can make different kind of jewelry from metal like gold, and we can make gold as a thin wire. And it is true for us other metals also, like silver or maybe the composition of metal. Think about brass or silver. And what about viscosity? Viscosity means thick, sticky or semi-fluid. For example, syrup has more viscosity than water. These are the physical properties. If we see that only these properties have changed, then we can say this is the physical change. So there are some example of chemical change. Think about iron. We see if we keep iron in a open space for a few weeks, there would be rust in the iron. So what is this actually? This is the combination of oxygen and water that makes ferric oxide in this iron plate, and this is actually chemical change. And if we think about paper, if we burn paper, then it turns into ashes. Can we turn back the ashes into paper? Absolutely no. So we can say this is a chemical change. And there are some more examples of physical and chemical changes. These are burning wood, souring milk, mixing acid and base, digesting food, cooking egg, heating sugar to form caramel, baking cake, and rusting of iron. So what is the summary we have learned from physical and chemical change is that in physical change there will be only change of phase. That means from liquid to solid or solid to liquid, or maybe from bigger object to smaller object we can change. But in chemical change there will be change of odor, maybe there will be change of chemical combination, or maybe change of color and temperature change or explosion. And chemical change is irreversible but physical change is reversible. Thanks all of you. I think if you have understood, and if you face problem you can note me in Facebook. Best